I'm a sucker for you.
Today on Your Town, we've come all the way to West Cork and to the beautiful town of Skibbereen. Skibbereen is a historical market town with colourful traditional buildings and a great community spirit. And right in the centre of the town is Field's Cafe, Bakery and Supermarket, which has become part of the fabric of the town. Ruth Field is the manager. Ruth, how are you?
Hi Colm, how are you? Welcome to Skibbereen.
The shop and cafe is a focal point for the community and has been in the family since 1935.
I work every day with my father, I work every day with my husband, and then we have Christy, whose son Barry works with us, and husband and wife teams, and so there's a lovely atmosphere. I look forward to coming in here every single day. I drive in the road.
That's the official line
fun.
you're saying for television, but when you're working with your husband every day and your dad, do you ever go a bit bammy?
No, it's so busy here, we actually hardly ever see each other.
Okay, so that's good. It's a big supermarket.
It is, we can get lost and do our own thing.
It is a big supermarket, and upstairs in the bakery is Ruth's father John, who has been working here in the shop for over 5 decades. Over 50 years, I believe, you've been in business here.
Just 54 this year.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. And I've enjoyed every bit of that.
Yeah, every single of those years. And it was your uncle who had it before you?
My uncle took over here in 1935.
Wow.
But we have records going back to before the famine.
Fresh bread is baked here every single day, and even after 5 decades at 73 years of age, John still loves it. And you're not thinking of retirement at all?
No. I just love being on the floor every day. I enjoy every second of it. I'll never retire. I just love working here.
I'm a sucker for you.
Skibbereen was one of the worst affected towns in Ireland during the famine and suffered huge casualties.
And that's the cruel reason I left old Skibbereen.
Philip O'Regan is a historian with the Skibbereen Heritage Centre. Philip, when people read the history books and they read about the famine, Skibbereen comes up again and again and again. Probably the most quoted town. Why is that?
Yeah, Skibbereen did become synonymous with the famine very early on, Colm. There was a number of reasons for it. One is that the conditions here deteriorated very rapidly very early on, so conditions here were very bad early on.
We're outside the Heritage Centre where you work, Philip, and beside us there's a very significant building.
Yeah, what we have here, okay, is what in Skibbereen we know that as the steam mill. That was the first large-scale soup kitchen that was opened in Ireland during the famine, and believe it or not, at one time they were feeding probably up to 8,000 people a day.
Isn't it amazing to think that that dark, awful period in history, the famine, the first soup kitchen was standing right beside us?
It was opened on the 7th of November 1846.
Wow. The town suffered badly as it was so reliant on the potato crop, and also because there weren't a lot of roads in and out of the town, meaning it was more isolated than other towns in Ireland. But it could have been much worse if it wasn't for one man called Dr. Dan Donovan.
Dr. Dan Donovan was an extraordinary man. If there's such a thing as a hero of the Great Famine, Dr. Donovan was it. He was born in Rosscarbery, just a few miles from Skibbereen here, spent most of his medical career in Skibbereen here, did extraordinary work. He was a brilliant medical man, wrote himself into the medical history books for the work he did during the famine, but he was also a prolific writer and a very beautiful writer. He wrote to a number of newspapers, he wrote to medical journals, and just raised an awful lot of money for this area. He did extraordinary work. He was quite a brilliant man.
Time for some lunch, and in the centre of the town, Nicola Smith runs a vegan cafe and bookshop called Antiquity.
Well, we've had an antiquarian bookshop, but we've changed this, so we've basically turned this into a vegan cafe since last year.
Vegan?
A vegan cafe. We're the first vegan cafe.
Is that true?
In West Cork.
The first vegan cafe in West Cork? That's it, really? Wow.
I want my love, my joy, my life, my smile, my need.
Nicola and her family have lived all over the world, but now this is home. Do you miss Scotland? Do you miss France? Do you miss any of the other countries you lived in?
I miss Scotland, maybe from a nostalgic thing, but I grew up in Germany, and if you ask me if I miss Germany, I'd probably say probably not. So this here is a
no
good
offense,
mixture.
Germany, but I feel the same.
But
don't worry, we're not broadcasting in Germany. You're fine. The cameraman Klaus is from Germany.
Poor Klaus.
Sorry, Klaus. Are you okay?
Oh,
He's
Klaus.
all right. finally, just outside the town is the beautiful Lisard Estate. 163 acres of gorgeous countryside and an amazing 50-acre lake. And today, Aidan Shannon is the manager.
No, if we're going to go for a walk in the Sard, I think we better kit you out.
Okay, let's
Come
go.
on.
The history of this place is fascinating. It was owned for a long time by the Swiss government.
Yeah.
Why did they own this? What did they want to do with it?
So a Colonel Bachmann came over and he purchased it for when there was talk of the Cold War, talks of the Cold War, and what the Swiss government were actually going to retire here.
The Swiss government's plan was that in the event of nuclear war or an invasion, top government officials would be secretly flown to West Cork and continue to govern Switzerland from Skibbereen. They bought the house, they bought the whole estate, and they converted it into a secret bunker.
Kitted out the whole place.
That is
Computers,
unbelievable.
telephone systems, the whole lot. It was the worst kept secret in West Cork.
Well, in West Cork, everyone knew about it
Yeah.
because you were saying to me what happened when they told everyone, the locals, don't say a word about this.
Colonel Bachmann said, don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing you can say around here.
Everyone
Don't
in
tell
West Cork
everybody
knew about
knows.
it. The locals were enthralled, and what captivated them more about this secret was the rumour that it wasn't only people that Switzerland was sending to West Cork. So they bought the building and there was talk of them moving a huge amount of gold from Switzerland
Everything.
here to the bunkers.
Yeah.
Did they ever bring the gold?
Can't tell you.
What do you mean you can't tell me?
Can't tell you.
Come on, Aidan.
5 million you find out again.
Come on! Have you been there? Have you been down to them?
5 million and you find out.
Yes, the estate is currently on the market, 5 million, and it's all yours. And at the end of the tour, Aidan treats me to something special. Right in the middle of the estate is a huge art installation carved into a hill. Lying on this stone and looking up to the heavens is meant to bring you to a stage of enlightenment. So if we lie in this, we're going to experience a sense of enlightenment.
Just experience whatever you want. Yeah. It's up to you.
Whatever you're having yourself. Let's try it.
Okay.
Aidan, have you laid down here with celebrities before?
Yep.
Which celebrities have you laid down here with?
Bono.
Did you do this with Bono?
Yeah. At night.
What?
Yeah, under stars.
You and Bono lay here at night.
On a starry night.
And what did you talk about?
Life.
Any profound moments or any insights you wish to share?
For 5 million, I'll tell you all the
Oh,
secrets.
come on.
All the secrets of Lisard for 5 million.
Well, I'm enlightened and I hope you are too. Thank you so much for showing me your town, Skibbereen.